Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Diana Scott with Blue Castle IT Solutions coming to you live this morning. Still working in my office, although much of our staff is working from home now. Um, uh, this has been a pretty crazy week, everybody. So Blue Castle IT, we're about support, security, and peace of mind, and all of these things are seemingly like up in the air and things that um, there's a lot going on in the world that these kind of concepts are probably coming front of mind for a lot of business owners and people who might be watching this video. So over the next couple of days, weeks, kind of shifting a focus of topics to what should hopefully be helpful to some of you. Today, I decided to talk about things that relate to working from home or remote office. Do an episode about the tools that are at your disposal um, as your staff and your employees they start to work from home. As I was thinking it through, is what could be helpful to business owners at this period of time. I started to think through what's kind of the order of things. So a lot of us are faced with having to send our employees to work from home. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Okay, number one, I put down as functionality. You need things to work. You need your employees to be able to do the work that you've hired them to do, and you need it to just work. Okay, and then once you sort of settle into everything's functional and things are operating properly, a business owner is probably going to start thinking about, okay, it's working, it's functional, is it secure? And then finally, a third kind of concept that probably comes to mind is as you kind of go through this process of changing, operations, is optimization and efficiency. So, okay, it's functional, we're able to work, we've got ourselves in at least so that we're working securely. Now, how are we going to do our work efficiently and on this remote platform? So those are these three topics that I intend to discuss over and over in different ways, take a look at them from some different angles over the next couple of weeks. If you're a business owner, somebody who's faced with making some pretty big changes in your organization, given the COVID-19 virus situation that's happening right now, and you have some questions you want to have, you have some thoughts and want to get some feedback or want to learn some more about a certain subject, then please email us at info@bluecastleit.com with ideas for a topic you might want us to cover in a video, because we want to, more than anything, be useful and helpful to business owners at this time. So today, tools at our disposal. This is very straightforward and simple. If you've got most of your employees now working from home, you're probably in need of a good messaging tool to be used by your employees throughout your organization. No longer is it possible for your employee to walk into your office when they need to talk to you. Your employees aren't sitting right next to each other, side by side at desks, and able to communicate really quickly, really short bursts of communication. So for a lot of companies that have already had a remote setup, or companies that are making a transition right now, an inter-office messaging tool becomes really critical. For a lot of people, one of the biggest tools that's available to them, because there's a lot of companies, small businesses who use Microsoft Office 365, is Microsoft Teams, because that comes preloaded with many of the Office 365 subscriptions. If you have Office 365 email, you already have Microsoft Teams, and so without having to pay any sort of extra monthly per user price, you have access to a instant messaging video chat that you can use both internally with your users and your employees, but you can also use to communicate with external clients as well, if that's something that your business needs to do. There are a lot of alternatives as well. There's a big competitor of Microsoft Teams is Slack, which does a lot of the same things. Of course, most of these tools do come with a price tag. And then even if you have something like a voice over IP or VoIP phone provider, many times they provide a instant messaging tool that you can use with your business. So a lot of options out there. There's not really an easy way to say, oh, you need to use this particular tool, but I do think that it's fairly non-controversial for me to say right now that if you don't have a tool like that in place, now is definitely the time to start looking into implementing one of them, rolling out Microsoft Teams or Slack or what have you to your employees so that you can have effective communication, even though you no longer have that face-to-face capability that many of us lost over the last couple of weeks now that we all have to, for the most part, work from home. So just throwing those ideas out there. There's obviously huge rabbit holes you can go down in terms of what's available, but really at this point, it's about, like I said earlier, it's about functionality. It's about making sure that your employees can do what they need to do for your business so that you can continue to have success with your business. If there's any questions further on this topic, what kind of tools are available, if you need any assistance with setting up some of those remote access tools, then please reach out to us. Head over to go.bluecastleiT.com. Again, if there's any questions that you'd like for us to cover in these videos, then shoot us an email at info@bluecastleiT.com. And that's it for today. Thanks, everybody.